Hello and welcome to the MRO Show presented by Chadwell Supply. I'm your host, Adam Porter. Chadwell Supply is 100% dedicated to the multifamily industry. Your order is on our truck delivered the next day. Learn more at chadwellsupply.com. On this episode of the MRO Show, we're sitting down and talking with Mr. Michael Young. Michael is a sales professional based out of Cincinnati. He works with property owners and management companies, making sure they have everything they need to be successful. Mike, welcome to the MRO Show.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to talk with you a little bit about what makes a person in your position able to be successful, because there's a lot of people working behind you, behind the scenes, helping you deliver for your customers. So tell me a little bit first, about your process. How do you go about making sure that property management companies have what they need to be successful?
It's really, I think, about building the relationship with your customer. So when I go in and meet with a customer, especially for the first time, it's a little bit about getting to know them and them getting to know us, but also finding out what kind of a person that they are, what's important to them, and then start tailoring how we approach things from there. I think that's very important.
So I think I heard you say start with the person, not the product, not the property, start with the person.
Yeah, I really like to get to know the people. And another big piece, especially in our industry where there's a lot of turnover, is you don't just focus on that one main contact. You get to try to know everybody throughout the corporate office and regional managers and so on, because if there is a change, you can continue to keep the ball rolling and not starting with somebody completely new. You still know a lot of people and you still have that same relationships going on throughout the organization.
So I imagine when you're talking to that many different people who are decision makers on several different levels, both at the operations level, at the property level, at the management level, you have a different sets of priorities, different sets of concerns and questions. What are some of the questions and concerns that property managers are asking you or property owners are asking you?
That's a good question. It varies. The corporate office is looking more big picture on different things, where the properties I need my stuff right now so I can take care of my tenants. And that's what they're concerned at, and at a good price as well. And so, it's very different on the conversations you have at the property level, or even with the regionals that have 4, 5, 6, 7 properties that they're taking care of, versus the corporate office, which is looking at the big picture for how can we bring overall savings, improve efficiencies, and really do what's best for the company overall.
When you're talking on that corporate level, have you had any conversations recently where they talked about specific concerns or issues they're having kind of right now? I'm trying to get a little bit of a taste of the temperature of the market.
Again, it's a lot about I want a good price, but I think what separates the way I approach things and what really helps with Chadwell is we want to do more than just give you a good price. I want to focus in on efficiencies and on ways we can really help bring savings to you, in addition to, hey, we've got great pricing and we've got great service and we're going to deliver it to you tomorrow or even sometimes today. And it's things such as looking at average order size, product standardization, vendor consolidation, all those different things. I can go down and explain exactly what we can do that really helps them save a lot of money and go from there.
So you're talking about delivering the right products and the right items, in a lot of cases, the same products and items, but doing it in a faster, more efficient way. So when they're looking at their spreadsheets, they're seeing increases in savings on several different line items.
Yeah. One thing that's really important that it's easy to do, but it brings so much value is average order size. And it helps both of us. It helps us with our efficiencies. But a quick example, say you have a customer you're doing $4 million with, and their average order size is $200. That's around 19,000 invoices that they're producing for that $4 million in a year. if I'm able to get them up to $500 average order size, so basically trying to work with the properties instead of ordering something a little bit every day, maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, kind of look at the bigger picture. What do I need for these work orders and for these turns that are coming up? And we get it up to 500. It goes to 8,000 invoices. So I just saved them 11,000 invoices in a course of a year. So the accounts payable people are taking them and putting them on their shoulders and celebrating,
Right.
because same amount of money and they don't have to process 11,000 invoices, but there's a cost associated with each one of those. And there's been studies done by the NAA. It's anywhere from $25 to even higher based on the time it takes to place the order, checking it in, going to accounts payable, all the hands it touches, all the time it takes. There's a cost. So if the person is a numbers person, I'll say, hey, I just saved you $280,000 because that's the savings of the cost of each invoice. So you can look at it a couple of different ways, and it helps us too, because now instead of driving and going to visit the property every single day and the time and the gas and all that, now it's once a week. So there's processes that it really helps us as well.
So we're talking about the entire delivery chain from thinking about the order to processing the order to picking, filling, and shipping and delivering that order. You're saving at every level time and, as you said, a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
25 per, and you're saving on thousands of invoices. You're cutting them down $250,000.
Yeah.
I can't think of anybody out there who's running any kind of business who wouldn't want to save $250,000 just by simply being a little bit more efficient in their processes.
And it's easy to do, and and we have reporting that we can share that they can take and they can use specifically with the properties that have a history of kind of flying by the seat of their pants and ordering a little every day, and start talking to them. And even our field reps can go out and also talk the same thing. Hey, what turns do you have? What work orders do you have coming up for the week? Well, let's place that at the end of the week instead of a little bit here and a little bit there. Let's put that together, and it really helps.
That's outstanding. Thinking too, Michael, about kind of the other end of that equation, because it's no secret in the multifamily industry that turnover has been difficult to deal with. It's been a challenge. Staffing, it's hard to find good qualified people, and it's difficult to keep those good qualified people. So you have property teams that are seeing a lot of new faces on a pretty regular basis. Would you say that's a kind of clear and present concern for your customers?
Yes, it's on a number of fronts. One is there's been a shortage over the last few years of you finding good quality people, especially in the maintenance level, to hire and work at your properties. But also training is very, very important to them, and just getting them up to speed on everything. And our Chadwell University is outstanding, and it really helps improve that technician, and they want to stay more because now they're more into their job and what they're doing, and
they feel more confident, more able to do it. And everybody wants to feel confident in what they're doing. We all want to feel like we're doing a good job, not just a job.
Yeah.
I've had the opportunity to sit in on some training courses, and these guys, when they have a question, they're not shy about asking and challenging our guys. We have some of the best trainers in the business out there. They really know their stuff. They've been on the other side. They know what these guys are dealing with. Yeah,
and we've got great reviews for the folks that have taken our classes. I've had a lot of really great feedback. Another thing that's really helpful, like with what's happening right now with the changes in the HVAC and the refrigerant and everything, we've had some online classes as well. And what's been helpful for me is there'll be an email come to me that has a link saying, hey, register for this online class. So I just take that link and I just shoot it out to all of my customers. Well, it helps because it keeps me top of mind with my customers. I haven't talked to them in a while. Here's something. And I've had feedback from my customers. They've pushed that on to some of their regionals and so on, and they've taken advantage and listened to some of our online classes as well.
One of the things that you had mentioned kind of in passing a minute ago, and I wanted to come back to that, is your experience in this industry. So you've a little less than a couple years of Chadwell Supply, but 20 years in the multifamily industry. And we had a chance to talk in the green room prior to this recording, and you've had some good experience in some other situations and some, we'll call it restricted experiences. in some other organizations. What was it that made it kind of not the best fit for somebody like yourself with your approach to customer care?
It was, I'm the kind of person that likes, I've got, my goals and what I'm going to do each and every day. And I kind of just, want to go out there and, if I need help, I'll ask for it. But it was, a little more restrictive and, kind of a micromanaging kind of thing. What ended up happening was, there was a company that purchased our company that took over the distribution network, and it ended up being I was doing a lot of apologizing and fixing issues and just fire drills every single day, and it really got to wear you down after a while. So where I was like, okay, maybe it's time to start looking around and seeing what else is out there. So it's nice. It's like I said before, it's very refreshing with the way Chadwell does things. The culture here is fantastic, and it's been a great experience since.
Yeah, people don't mind the apologies the first few times, maybe, but once they start getting a little high in the digits, they start to believe it less and less.
Yeah. On the flip side of that is I have been able to take care of those customers who, now that I'm with Chadwell, that experience, they know I can get things done, and they know that I'm going to work for them in their best interest and do what's right. And that's carried over here to Chadwell, to where they've come over to us at Chadwell, and we're doing quite a bit of business now over here too.
How would you describe what it means then, Michael, to take care of somebody versus managing so let's come from this direction. Some people out there are account managers.
Yeah.
And some people out there are customer servers. From your perspective, what's the difference?
Kind of what we were talking about earlier is really building that relationship with the customer. I'm a little old school in that I literally still carry a file, a folder for each one of my customers. And I, on that folder, I have various things in it, but I always put down the various people that I'm dealing with, their title, and maybe a couple of sentences about what they're about. And I think getting to know them and getting to know the people in the corporate office as I'm walking to their office and getting to know some of the other people, it's really important. And like I said before, you never know, somebody sitting at that front desk might be somebody that you're reporting to or you're dealing with in the future. So it's always never burn a bridge, and always make those good friends.
Yeah, build those relationships. You're building a foundation for future success.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
That's really smart. You talked about getting to know the people and who they are. And the thing I think I appreciated most about Michael, listening to how you approach, how you do what you do, how it makes you successful. Go ahead.
I have one customer. They're based in Cleveland, Ohio, and really big company, and had a relationship with him since like 2008, 2009, long time. He ended up moving to Phoenix and was still working for the same company. So I was calling on him, and he was a Cleveland Indians fans. I'm a Cincinnati Reds fan, and he happened to be living in Goodyear, Arizona, which is the spring training for the Reds and the Indians. So we would have our quarterly business meetings and go to the games, and we did that for 5-6 years. And building that relationship was great. Well, fast forward to now, I'm now with Chadwell Supply. He's now with a different company. And we just reconnected, and he didn't know much about Chadwell Supply, but he knew me, and he knew that we can get things done for him. And long story short, we're signing an agreement with their company, and going to be rolling out the deal here in the next couple of weeks. So he knows that we can get things right, and that he trusts my judgment in Chadwell and everything that we can do and what's behind me to take care of their properties and get things going. So that's the value of those relationships and those relationships over the years.
So listen to people, get it right, take care of them, learn who they are, and show them that they do really matter. That's what I hear you saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Michael,
follow through on it.
Michael, that's really good stuff. Thank you so much for taking time to share your perspective with me, your experience with me, and the priceless wisdom of knowing how to take care of people the right way. Thank you for listening to this episode of the MRO Show presented by Chadwell Supply. If you enjoyed this episode and you learned something or got something from it, please be sure to rank us 5 stars on your favorite podcast service. And for more episodes of the MRO Show, check out chadwellsupply.com/podcast.